Hello everybody. Happy Saturday. I just found a piece of hair stuck on this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it off. If you are watching this in replay, make sure you say hi. Let me know what you have been up to this Saturday or whatever day you end up watching this. I am just getting ready to go. I have a little bit of time, so I'm not going to try to rush through everything today. So speed is not the goal here today. But, hey, Megan! I miss being with you gals. I am just going to start out with my lashes. I always like to brush them out first. I find that it really helps for me to avoid clumping when I put on my mascara. And then I always curl my lashes, as long as I remember, before I do my makeup, because I don't know, I feel like I always mess up my makeup when I do that. So, okay. I'm warm. I'm extra red today, but no worries. My makeup will cover it up. But I am heading to a graduation party for a bunch of our deaf students in the district that I work in. And it's crazy. This is one of the first graduation parties that I've gone to where it's like students I actually interpreted for. There's two, so there's 6 altogether in the district that are graduating this year. And so they decided to have this big graduation party, and I think it will be a lot of fun. I heard there's like over 100 people that have already RSVP'd, so I think it will be such a fun deaf event. And you guys, pause this story. You guys, I just cleaned all of my brushes I deep cleaned them with that new soap. If you guys did not see me do it, I went live the other day. But look at all of my white ones are white. And then I even cleaned my old mascara ones, and they're so dang good. So good. Anyway, I just had to show you because I'm just staring at them ooh, they're so pretty. Anyway, so 2 out of the 6 of them I interpreted for when they were in kindergarten. You guys, I'm old apparently. And I'm trying to remember if I've seen them. I think I might have seen them on and off the last few years when we've had different things going on. But really, that's the weird thing. When you are in elementary, you see them as these little babies, and then they go on to middle school and in high school, and you don't always get to see them. I hear about them, but I never actually. It's rare if I get to see them. And so I'm really excited about going here and seeing them tonight, just to congratulate them. So I have those 2 that I interpreted for in kindergarten. And then I have one of them I interpreted for. I worked with her on and off a few years in elementary, but I was in her classroom all year in 5th grade. And she is such a gem, and I'm excited to see what her plans are. I think the last time I had talked to her, she was interested in doing theater work. And so I'm excited to see what she ends up doing. Okay, so because I have all this extra redness, I am going to go in. So normally I mix Candlelit and June together, and that's what I've already placed on my face. And it looks so much better already. But I am going to go in with just straight June, and I am just going to place it on those really red spots, and then I'm going to let it sit while I add in my my contour, and then I'll blend it all in. But right now I'm just going to let it sit so it will blend, warm up to my face, and look at that. So good. So I'll finish blending it in a little bit after I let it warm up to my skin. Then I'm going to use my detail brush, which is my favorite for, if I can find it, for doing my contour. So yeah, that's where I'm headed to tonight. I'm kind of excited. I'm taking my oldest along with me because normally I don't really, my parents Oh my goodness. My family doesn't always come to these kind of things with me because they don't know any of the kids. They don't know a lot of sign, and then it gets kind of difficult. And then I end up just interpreting all night. And so it kind of gets a little difficult. So, but my oldest is actually friends with one of the people that will be there, sons. And so they're going to hang out well. We're all chatting and stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm not having to go by myself, which is always nice. I hope that the rain can hold off. Here in Iowa, it's like, I don't know, very like sticky and feels like it's going to rain anytime. I know it's in the forecast. This morning, we were all outside and we're prepping for our garage sale. And it's looking pretty good. I've got like everything pulled out and set out. I need to finish like organizing it and then also putting price tags on some of the stuff. Okay, so I put my contour on, and then I am going to just use my brush and blend like so, just like those tapping motions. And then I'm also, let's do a little bronzer, okay? And then I'm gonna go back in with that. You guys saw me put setting spray on this, and I used that to prep my face. I'm gonna go back in and just completely do a good blend, really press it all into my skin so it will be set for the rest of the night. But let's do bronzer first. I like to set it after I do like my main foundation stuff. And so for my bronzer, I always like to go in with Glow Illuminator. So I have a little bit of a glow, plus my Bella bronzer for more of the color. Hey Pamela, what are you guys up to today? Do you guys have dance again this weekend? I feel like you and your daughter are so busy. I hear from other dance moms for like competitions. Oh my goodness, you guys are busy. I grew up in dance too, but we didn't do competition. It was just a small studio. And so we just had our one recital at the end of the month or the end of the year. So it was nothing like you moms are doing these days. So yeah, I have a garage sale next weekend. And so I have been prepping for that. And with the rain looking like it's coming, like the weather, I mean, the clouds are dark and you can just feel that in the air. So my husband, like our lawn went to crap over the winter. Like I have no idea what happened. Like all the snow melted and, you know, it started getting nice for spring. We have all these patches in our grass that like, just like died. Like we have no idea what happened. My husband's like, I don't know if we have grubs. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, he's going to pay for a professional to start looking at it. And we'll see what happens. I just put some of our new balm on my lips just to give some hydration before I do things with my lips and all that color stuff. Prom. Oh, I did see a picture. For some reason, I was thinking that was from like last weekend, but it's tonight. Okay. That's exciting. Is it the first prom? What is it? Junior prom? Or is it already like senior prom for him? Volleyball. You guys, I kind of have like mixed feelings about activities. I am one who grew up I was in everything. I did everything. Sports, extracurriculars. I mean, anything I could be in, I was involved. Like, I kind of feel bad for my parents because they did have to take me to all kinds of stuff. I'm sure my schedule is crazy. For me, I didn't really notice it. It didn't really bother me. I loved it. You guys, I've always thrived on busyness, so I love it. But so like I hear from all these other parents that like, oh, we have baseball or soccer or all this every single night. We have it 7 days a week, right? And so then I'm like, oh, I kind of miss going to sports events. My kids right now are just not interested in a lot of sports and aren't in a lot of activities. And so I kind of like miss going to that kind of stuff. But when they talk about the craziness of all the things, I'm like, I'm glad I'm not. Okay, my hair's like halfway dry now. I just kind of scrunch it And so I like to put in this, like, I think it's like a texture, they call it a texturing spray. It's salt and sea. So it smells like salt water. I don't know. I like doing this instead of hairspray. It doesn't get as like crispy. But I do this right when it's like partway dry. And it works. It works. Ash has a rock and roll concert tonight. Oh my gosh, Megan, tell me more. Who is Asher? You guys, I feel like it's so funny we don't talk about like names. Megan's one of my Seint sisters. We went to Texas together, but we just met and I don't know that much about her. So tell me about this rock concert. Oh my gosh. That's your oldest? How old is Asher? Oh my goodness. So is it like loud at your house? Like when they need to practice? I can't even imagine. Okay. So I have my like 3D foundation on. I could be done and leave because it's nice and even out, but I'm going to do, I want to use the colors. A bunch of you really liked this specific Cinco de Mayo combo that I posted yesterday. And I'm like, you know what? I like it too. So let's try it. Okay. I feel like there was actually a couple of them. So I'll show you which one I grabbed. I feel like there was 2, but I grabbed one of them. Wait, he's 8? Oh my goodness. I was like, I don't know why I was picturing a high schooler. Maybe because we were talking about prom with Pamela. Oh my gosh, he has a rock concert? He plays the drums. Oh, my oldest is 11 and he plays the drums in like the high school or the intermediate band. So loud. Oh my gosh. So does he have like a whole drum set or what does he must have a drum set, I would guess. If it's a rock and roll band, right? My son just has like the xylophone and like a little practice pad. He doesn't have the full snare, but someday maybe he will. So the palette or the combination that I decided to go with and try out today. Hey, Sarah. I grabbed one of my perfumes I'm going to put on today. Hey, everyone. He has an electric drum set. Ooh, that sounds fancy. I don't even know what that means. So this is the combo that a bunch of you guys were liking yesterday. So it's Plum Lip and Cheek. And you guys, I rarely ever use Plum. I don't know why, but I grabbed it. And then Suede Lip Liner. And then this eyeshadow combination, Lullaby, Chai, Oak, and Drift. So we're going to try that out. Oh, wow. That's so cool, Megan. I know, like, I'm sure there's times you're like, oh my gosh, this is so loud and annoying, but it's so cool to see them like thrive and be successful in something. Like whenever I go to concerts for my kids, like music concerts, band concerts, anything, you guys, I start like tearing up. I'm turning into that mom. Like I'm going to be a total wreck when they like get married, when they graduate, when they go to prom. Like it's going to be like, ah. Luckily Seint makeup holds up pretty well, right? To tears, right, Megan? We cried a lot when we were in Texas. Everyone was so inspirational there. Okay, so let's start with that Plum Lip and Cheek. And I'm going to start with my lips. I don't like to use Plum on my cheeks because it's purpley. And I feel like, should I just go with it? I don't know. I always feel like it brings out purple in my cheeks. I'm not a big fan of that. Yes. So well. I never looked in the mirror and was like, oh my gosh, I look like I was crying. So I think for my cheeks, I'm going to do, I want to go a little more bold. Let's do, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show off one of our new shades of the season. This is called Renaissance. I tend to use satins on my cheeks for blush. So it's not, I don't know, I just like satin better. So I'm going to go in right here. This is Renaissance. If you like Royal, which is another lip and cheek, but it's right here, this is Royal. That is, I feel like it's its satin sister. Renaissance is its satin sister. I went a little heavy there. We'll blend it out. It's okay. So I'm just going to place this right above my contour and then just blend it in. My son's probably like, are you ready to go? Okay, that's Renaissance. Beautiful royal red color. Okay. Then my lips. I'm going to try something I've never done before. I'm actually going to use my eyeshadow brush, if I can find it. Here's my mascara one. That's fine. I'll use that. I'm going to go in with my lip liner using the eyeshadow brush. Now, the lip liner, don't forget we do have a special on it, like a special bundle with it right now. And it is our foster care. It's the Love is Never Wasted collection, and it's collected with bundled with Sadie Lip and Cheek. Now I am not like overlining too much today. I'm just gonna place this all over, just kind of create that shadow around my lips just so that they look a little bit more plump. So especially right here, if you don't use a lip liner, you can also use your contour, and definitely put contour right here, because it really, like, do you see how it just made my bottom lip like plump out? I think it's such a good little hack. So then I'm going to also use, I'm just going to keep using this eyeshadow brush. Sometimes it's nice to have two of these or two multitasker brushes, one for eyes and one for lips. Then I'm going to go into Plum, and I'm going to fill it in. And the nice thing with the eyeshadow brush, I often show the multitasker brush putting on my lips, but the one thing I'm really liking with the eyeshadow is it kind of goes on like smoother, not smoother, like softer. It's a little more pliable. And now I could totally end like this. It's a really pretty satin lip. Now I want a little bit of a pop of color, plus I want a little bit of a gloss, because I like my lips when they're a little glossy. So I'm going to use another one of shades of our one of our shades of the season called Maui. She's so pretty, but she's very translucent too. So it's going to add a little color, but not too much. It's kind of giving it a corally color. Oh, I like that. That's pretty, right? And then because I want a little more neutral with my lips, a little more pop on my cheeks works really well together. Okay, I'm gonna totally put this perfume on. Today I grabbed the Red Apple and Raspberry Blossom. You guys, these little stickers are so tiny. They're so tiny. I can barely read them. I don't know if I need glasses or if it's just, I mean, maybe it's just me, but super tiny. I wish they would have like made it bigger on here. So maybe I need to email Seint and say, can we fix this? They're so tiny. Yes, you definitely need to get Maui. I think you'll love it. I would say Maui or La Cienega. So Maui's going to be more on that corally side, and then La Cienega is going to be giving more pink. So depending on which way you want to go to, but they're both very similar in the glossiness with a little bit of sparkle, which is nice. Okay, let's do my eyes quick, and then I better go. It's been fun chatting with you ladies, but I probably should actually go. Okay, I am going to grab the Blur brush. This is like one of my favorite brushes for eyeshadow looks. Okay, I haven't really decided what I was gonna do with this look yet. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Chai first. Chai or Cupcake or Vanilla Dust Setting Powder is a really, what's the other one? Valencia Stay Golden. Those are all really great non-shimmer bases for setting your, lids. If you find that your color isn't staying all day, start with one of those very basic colors first. So I just put that all over, and I even brought it all the way up to my brow bone. This is Chai. It's just a very light brown. It looks really good. It like matches my skin for the most part. So it's really just giving me a nice base. Oh, that's okay. So I am going to a graduation party for a few of our deaf ed students that are graduating this year in our district. So there's like 6 of them. So it's going to be a really big turnout. I heard there was like 100 people, over 100 people, I should say, that have already RSVP'd as of sometime this week when I heard that. So it should be a fun event. I'm just praying that it's at a park. So I really hope it's not going to rain too bad. Okay, so this very light brown called Chai is all over, and I'm just using that fluffy end. Whenever my hair is like still drying, I'm always like still messing with it. I'm just a hair toucher. Anyone else a hair toucher? Okay, now let's go into Lullaby. Lullaby is so pretty. I really wasn't one who used it until, was it on sale or something over Christmas? I can't remember. I think maybe it was Boxing Day sale. That might have been it. And then I tried it out more, and you guys, I fell in love with Lullaby. So I kept my eye open and I found my crease, and that's where I'm going to put Lullaby. I'm going in very light. I get the product on here, tap it a couple times. That was one thing I learned in my advanced eyeshadow class that I went to down in Texas by like one of my idols. Can I say idol? I don't know. I follow her. She's an influencer. She's one of our artist 10s. But she's amazing. And she put on this, her name is Kat Fairchild. And she was talking about how just really start light and then we can build the color up. So I've been really trying to do that more often. And so I'm just going really light and just building it up with small little circles to the color that I want. See how I'm just lightly applying it? Now you can go really fast and add extra color, but I find that it just blends in together so nice when you go slower. I've had some good luck with that. And I'm just bringing it up right onto that brow bone, just on that edge there. The tapping is so, yeah, especially when you're using bold colors. If you're using a bold color, you want to be careful. But you can always, of course, you can always redo your makeup and like wipe it off, start over, but you don't want to have to do that. So just start very light and then you can always build it up more. Okay, I think that's good. And I might just bring it down onto my lid a little bit here. What other colors do I have left? Yeah, I'm going to bring the color down onto my lid a little bit, like half of it. Definitely going to be a little bit more neutral. You guys know me. I tend to go a little more bold on my eyeshadows, but we're going to keep it a little bit more, like a little more low. Now I'm going to go into Drift. It's a pretty, I always say it's like a champagne shimmer. Just going to use my finger here. I don't tap it, but I blow it to get any extra off. And then I'm just going to go on my inner eye here. And I close my eye and I even get a little bit under. Like I'm really going into that, like where your air duct, tear duct. We don't have air ducts, do we? That's like your house. And then I'm just going to drag it over to kind of blend in with that Lullaby. I'm going to do it again. Put it on your finger. I always use my my ring finger. I don't know why. And then just kind of press it in. Really get it into that corner and then just blend it over with your finger. And you could use a brush here, but I'm not. And then I just kind of wipe underneath just so it's not too crazy. Okay, and now we're just gonna darken it a tad. I'm gonna use this edge, this end, the more domey side of this brush. You guys, if you don't have the blur brush for your eyeshadow looks, you need this one. It is my favorite. I used to say this was my favorite, the eyeshadow brush, but This is my go-to, and I can't remember exactly what the price is, but because it's from our Demi line, it's actually on sale. I think it's always 25% off until they're gone, I think. So I'm going into Oak now. I am going to close my eye, push it right in the corner. You see how I'm just pressing it? Okay. And then I'm going to swipe it under and use this as my eyeliner. Press it in and sweep. Now, the reason I started doing this pressing motion right there on that outer corner is I felt like when I saw my looks after I was done, they weren't like connected. So I want to make sure that that color is connected top and bottom when I do this. And this was Oak. I can't remember if I said that. Okay, then I'm going to go in with Oak again. Find that outer corner, press it in. If you do this to someone else, be careful. You don't hurt them, but you shouldn't be hurting when you do that. And then I'm just going to drag it as a liner. And then I like to flip it over to the poofier end. And then I'm just going to swirl in that same area and maybe bring it up into my crease if I have a little extra. But just swirl it out just so you don't have any crazy, like, you don't have a crazy dot there. I one time took a picture and I was like, what is wrong with it? It's because I did that pressing motion and I forgot to blend it out. So I had a weird dot. There we go. Okay. Are we good? How does it look? Now we just need to add my mascara because that adds so much. Oh, I know what I want to do. Drift. Add drift right under where your, the arches on your, you guys, I can't think of names of things, brow, and put some right under that brow arch, and it's gonna really lift up. Do you see how that really lifted my eyes there? So pretty. And drift also makes a really good illuminator, like a powder illuminator. So I'm just gonna go in with that same finger and just apply patting motions on my upper, on that high point of my cheekbone. And then a little bit on my nose. So I'm gonna use it just like an illuminator. Let's even do a little bit right here. I love it on the Cupid's bow. Okay, let's do mascara. I think it's looking good. Okay, and then I better go. I'm trying a new mascara out. I've only used it a couple times. Not sure what I think about it yet. Because as you know, if you've been here, Seint doesn't have mascara. So I always just say, grab what you like. I do have one recommendation. If you are, I really like this one. It's almost gone. But it's Maybelline, the Falsies Push-Up Angel. This one I've really been liking a lot. I wanted to try this one out because somebody had suggested it. I got it off Amazon. What is it called? I don't know if there's a brand. It's called Oliver, but it's Aliver. 440 long, something like that. So I'm going to try that out right now. I just haven't decided. You guys, like, Kara needs to come up with a mascara because I just always have a heck of a time finding one I like. I feel like this one feels clumpier to me than others, but it is interesting. And I feel like one reason that maybe Kara hasn't come out with a mascara for Seint is because we all like different ones. There's not like a consensus on like, oh, this is like really good. Okay, I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit and then maybe come back to it. Maybe brush it out a little bit. I think it just feels a little clumpier. But that Maybelline Falsie Angel push-up one, I really think it's good. It has a different applicator than I'm used to. It's like a one-sided one. It's interesting, but I really like it. I rarely ever suggest mascaras because I just don't have a favorite usually, but that one I've really been liking. Yeah, and like the person who suggested this one, I'm like, oh, I always like how good her eyes look. So I'm like, I'll try it. I'll try it. The nice thing is a lot of these mascaras are pretty cheap, and so that's why I try so many of them. I mean, it looks, do you see how like it clumped up my eyelashes? We're gonna see if I brush. I love how like bold it is. I do like that. We're gonna let it dry out a little bit, and then I'm gonna brush it out and see. Okay, so I think that's kind of all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna let my mascara dry, but I really like how this turned out. It looks so nice. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Hi, Tori, thanks for hopping on. You'll have to go back and you can see how I created this look. The last thing I do want to mention before I sign off here is that there is a beauty bash coming up next week. I have one post about it already, but you can comment here, say beauty bash if you want the invite. It's next Thursday. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, what a beauty bash is, just go, huh? And I'll talk to you. I'll be also sending out some personal invites too. But yes, I would love to have you in. I will be doing my my own little giveaway with my own VIP ladies who decide to join me. And I'm thinking, I don't know, do I do a shopping spree or a mystery hostess giveaway? I don't know. It will be fun either way. And I cannot wait for these tutorials. We've got some new faces and it's going to be a blast. So again, yes, I've got you, Sarah. So just comment Beauty Bash if you're interested, and I will send you an invite very soon. It should be opening up soon. So have a fabulous weekend. Thanks for hopping on. Have a very blessed weekend. Bye.